Hi everyone, I'm Olia from Kanbanchi, and today we are going to have a webinar, How to Improve Performance at Work with Kanbanchi. First of all, I want to thank you all for watching and also for using our application. If some of you don't use Kanbanchi yet, I hope this webinar will make you at least try. I also want to remind you that all the paid features of Kanbanchi are available for all our users across NIHR. So all the benefits and ways of improving your working performance are actually fully yours. Briefly about the agenda for this webinar. We'll talk a bit about everyday usage of Kanbanchi to track the overall performance of any department or any particular team. Then we'll dig deeper into the advanced features and briefly go through other tips that will help you in your working process. In the end, I will quickly tell you about our future development plans. And finally, we will finish with your questions and answers. There is a live chat next to the video window in YouTube. Please type your questions there, and I hope that I will be able to answer them. Okay, let me share my screen so that you could see Kanbanchi interface. Here it is. I think this is familiar for you. This is a starting dashboard. It's fresh and plain. I've just created it for this webinar. Here we have lists that can be renamed and filled with cards. So I hope that all of you know this. And I'm sure that your projects there at NIHR aren't just a simple to-do list. There are probably many tasks that may last for days, weeks, or months. There are many people involved, so I bet your boards might look more sophisticated. Probably like this, or like this. This board looks quite sophisticated, you see. Of course, just because it's a demo board, you may see that all the possibilities of Kanbanchi are used here. Color fill and color tags, priorities, assignments, start and due dates, tags and attachments. This is the full set of cards properties that may help you to organize your working process and be able to track your performance. You may choose which of them to use in your working process. Well, I've chosen these two boards for this webinar deliberately. Kanbanchi is a perfect tool for workflow management. These boards represent two ways of organizing workflow. When the team working on a project isn't very big and your tasks don't really have strict deadlines, you may prefer to use the first layout. You see, there is a backlog with tasks here, and there is a to-do list for those tasks. And you can quickly define who is responsible for a particular task because lists are named after these people, Linda, Steve, and Olga. You can see it. And when your team is big and your tasks are more complex, your boards would probably look like the second layout, like this one. We see there is a backlog again and to-do list. And also there are lists with set periods of time for those tasks that are already scheduled here. These periods of time during which specific work has to be completed are called sprints. Kanbanchi is a very flexible tool, and you can set it up to reflect the way you work in your organization. Probably you might want to add separate done list here for those cards and for those tasks that are completed. Here it is. You can add it. Now it's, I think, time to pass to the advanced features. Okay, I've just answered a question in the chat. One of the advanced features is Gantt chart. Let's switch to the Gantt view. There is a button here that helps to switch. Now you can see all the tasks. Something went wrong. Okay, let me try again. Okay, I will refresh Kanbanchi. Here it is. You can see all tasks in chronological order, and they are sorted by their start date. If you need to monitor particular people progress, you may also want to filter cards by assignment. You just go to the filter and, for example, I will select Amanda. So here we see all Amanda's progress. The same way you may filter cards on Gantt chart by priority tags, creation or due dates, color tags, comments, attachments, everything that our filter has. Okay, I will close this filter. And you may see that on the left side panel, there are cards as they are in Kanban view. You can open any of them and change start date and due date. Like, for example, I will change it. And you will see all the changes reflected on the Gantt chart. As I've already mentioned, most of real tasks are complex, and usually you need to split them into several subtasks. And this is where our subcards feature will be crucial for you. Let me switch back to Kanban view and show you this card. You can see a crown sign here. Because this is an epic card and it has 4 subcards, you can see the figure 4 here. If we open card details, we'll see all these subcards here, and you may easily switch between them. I can go to the subcard and then go back to the epic card and then go back to another subcard, but I'm always able to return back to the epic card. Let me show you how you will see it on the Gantt chart. We just switch to Gantt chart view, and here it is. Here is our epic card. You see it as a violet bar, and underneath you can see all subcards. And if you hover your mouse here, you will see that they are highlighted. So I think you've got the idea of tracking progress in time. Gantt chart helps you to visualize all the start and due dates and be completely sure when you or your collaborators will start and end any particular task. Kanbanchi also has a list view. You may switch it here. Here is a list view. This shows all the tasks in a list. If you open the list view settings here, you will be able to choose what properties of your cards you want to see as columns. Let me choose some. Okay. And here is compact view. Every organization has its own KPIs that they monitor regularly. There is one indicator widely used across different organizations. It's project schedule variance. It's calculated by subtracting actual completion time of a project or task from planned completion time. As you might know, this indicator should ideally equal or be more than 0. Though probably many people don't name it as PSV, but they still care of projects being completed on time. It's very convenient to track it on list view. Let me scroll down so that you can see this start date and due date column. It shows estimated and spent time, and you can easily calculate PSV. Of course, these numbers have to come from somewhere. Estimated time can be set here. Let me open any card. Okay, you can put estimate time here. For example, 1 hour. And actual time, that spent on this task can be tracked with the time tracker. It's another advanced feature which is also available to you. In any view, you may open any card and start the time tracker on the main panel. Here you can see it. I will start it. So now the time tracker is on. If you want to pause, simply press stop button and you will see the pop-up window. Then you can press continue to get back to work and the time tracker will be on again. Or you can press stop and submit your time, save progress. You can also edit time when submitting it to the task. For example, if you got interrupted and didn't manage to press stop and continue. You may see your submitted time in the timing section of a card and also as a comment. Let me show you. Here are comments with the time, and in timing sections you can see that Amanda spent 3 days and 1 hour and Jason spent 1 day and 2 hours. As I've mentioned, you can submit your time through comments section directly. To do this, you should use the special formatting. You should use H for hours and M for minutes and S for seconds. And even you don't necessarily have to submit time. I mean that there are some people that have hourly payments, and even if it's not your case, tracking your time is a nice way to identify time-wasting tasks and think of how to improve the way of coping with them. And also, you may use time in comments like a nice way of getting your colleagues' attention. As you can see here, Amanda said that she has already spent 25 hours, and we can visually see it because she committed time here. And this draws one's attention better than a plain text. Before I move further, I would like to tell that we are planning to develop some features for more detailed performance tracking like burn-up chart and cumulative flow diagram. Please feel free to reach out and tell us if this will be helpful for you. Well, I want to switch to Kanban view and then quickly share some other small helpful tips that you probably don't know yet, or probably you know about them, but still, I just feel like sharing it with you. When creating a card, for example, here, I can create some card. And I may press Ctrl and Enter together. And you will see that this card becomes the first in a list. Okay, I will open this card and also show you that this right side panel can be stretched twice in size, like this, and then back. Probably it may save you time on scrolling down. Cards may be easily moved between lists. Just drag and drop them with the left button of your mouse. This saves you time already. To delete card, you may just press delete and it will be deleted. To select multiple cards, press Shift and select them. Let me show you. Like this card, and this card. And then you will be able to perform actions with them. For example, move to another list here. Also, there is another way to select all cards in one list. You may just go to the list settings, then press Actions, and select all cards in list here. And you will be also able to perform several actions with them. If you set priorities for your cards, you may sort them by priority in a list. Just go to the list settings, actions again. Oh no, sort cards by priority, and tick this. And finally, you can use Markdown formatting to emphasize some important points. For example, you can make a bold type with 2 asterisks. Let me do it here. Okay. So you can see this bold type here, or you can make a bulleted list for example, in the description, like this. Here you can see this list. You can use it in comments as well. And of course, I should say that there is a possibility to send cards on board by email. You just go to board settings and copy your board email address. All the selection is an email. So you will be able to send cards on your board. And these cards will be marked with from email tag, like here you can see it from email. If you need to make a backup, you also may go to the board settings and choose Backups tab and create new backup. It will take some time, of course. Kanbanchi is made for collaboration. There are many features that will help you to work on boards together with your colleagues. For example, you can receive notifications when any of activities has been performed. You go to dashboard details and set up email notifications or in-app notifications. Here, you may receive notifications about all cards, cards assigned to you, and watched cards. To make card a watched card, go to the card details, for example, this card details, and click on the I sign. So this card will become a watched card. As Kanbanchi is a Google Drive application, boards act like files in your Drive. Let me show it on the Drive side. I will switch to my Google Drive. When you install Kanbanchi, it creates a folder in your Drive with the same name, Kanbanchi. Here we can see it. When you create a new board, it creates a new subfolder in this folder. This subfolder will be named after your board. You can see here I have many boards. Inside, we will find our board itself and also folders for backups and assets, all the files that will be attached to that board. You may also share your boards with within your Google Drive like any other files. Click on it and press share, and then type in your colleague's email address. Like I will share this board with Linda, or not. You may also share your boards, multiple boards at once. Just type in search app to spot Kanbanchi, and your Drive will find all your Kanbanchi boards here. Then you just pick those boards you want to share and share them with as many people as you wish. This is a helpful trick that saves you much time, I guess. And after this webinar, I'm going to make a board with some tips and useful articles that will help you to learn how Kanbanchi can help you even more. I will include the link to the article about Markdown formatting as well as the information about other Kanbanchi tips. I will be moving to development plans and your questions, I guess, now. I may switch to another mode again and stop screen sharing. Hi again. I've promised to share our future development plans with you so that you know where we are moving and what you can expect in future. Well, we are now in a process of improving our web version of Kanbanchi, and we are adding more useful features to and enhancing existing ones. First of all, we are going to improve Gantt chart, so you can expect dependencies, more powerful zooming options, the ability to see cards from different boards on one chart, and some general improvements of the interface and user experience. If you have any ideas of what needs to be done to make your experience better, please let us know. In our development process, we fully rely on our users' needs. So feel free to reach out to our support team with your ideas and suggestions. This will really help us to make Kanbanchi useful in your work. Um, After finishing the Gantt chart and making it the best on the market, we will move on to the time tracker. Many users were asking for time reports to be available not only per card, but per board. This is very useful, and we're going to implement that so that you are able to see who has spent time on which card during a certain period of time, thus having a collaborator breakdown and card breakdown on a board. After that, we were thinking to bring reports that I mentioned earlier and swim lanes to the application and enhance the list view. As I've already said, you're always welcome to suggest any ideas, and our support team is always there to receive your ideas and to discuss them with you, because Kanbanchi is made for you, so you're welcome to contribute to development as well. Well, probably it's the end of our webinar, and I'm going to answer your questions now. So feel free to type them into the live chat. So I think I will wait a little bit because I don't see any questions yet. And probably you don't have them. If you don't have them, it's okay, because you're always welcome to try our application, and most of you are using it in your work. You may share your experience. We are now actually in a process of collecting case studies, and now we want to know our users more. Please share your story. It's very curious how you use Kanbanchi. Probably it's the very different way, because you can combine layouts. You can make your own layouts. You can make your own templates for boards and use them, and it's okay. I don't see any questions, and I really don't know if you have them or not. But okay. Well, we've scheduled 1 hour, but I know that you wanted to be free in half an hour, and it is half an hour now. Thank you for joining our webinar. If you missed something or would like to watch it again, we are going to put this video on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you, Edward. Also, I think there will be a post in your Google Plus group with the link on this video and the link to Kanbanchi board with some helpful tips that I've mentioned earlier. Well, thank you for using Kanbanchi and for watching this webinar again. I will wait for some questions, probably a little bit more. Okay, I can see your question. When I log on to Kanbanchi, I get the message some of the requested dashboards are not available. Can I fix this somehow? Okay. It means that some of the dashboards aren't shared with you. So the owner of the dashboard should go to the sharing settings and share these dashboards with you. Then you will not receive this notification. Probably some other questions? I will tell you another thing about sharing meanwhile. You can create Kanbanchi dashboards inside folders that are already shared with your collaborators. Then you will not receive this notification. This is another way to do it. Well, I think that's all for now. Thank you again for watching, and check out your Google Plus group for useful links. I will share them with you. Okay, goodbye.